Two-time Hall of Fame inductees, Brent Godarzi and Marty Young. Back-to-back #1 trucking firm in the nation. Back-to-back best attorney and best law firm in East Texas.
Hello, Buckeye Nation. This is Jeff Rash with no voice, which my wife is really enjoying, but all of you are going to have to endure today. I'm here, obviously, with Alan Metz, our head coach and athletic director. Congratulations on another victory.
Thank you, sir.
Buckeyes was easily handled the Spring Hill Panthers, although I was actually very impressed with Spring Hill.
Coach Joslin's doing a great job. He actually played for Coach Cody Robb at ETBU, so we've had connections there through Cody for quite some time. Then of course he coached with Coach Griffiths when he was at Spring Hill, and so we have a high respect for the job he does. He's a man of character.
Yeah,
he's instilling values. Well done.
I thought so too. Had a great tailback also.
He can run.
That guy can run. He's a good player.
Yeah.
He had several good athletes, and I thought they came out with a good game plan and played really hard. And
they did.
I didn't feel like they ever gave up.
No.
I thought they played hard.
Played all the way to the finish.
I think they're a better team than their record reflects.
I would agree.
And you said they played Van really hard
too.
They
did. They played them very well, and they'll make. I feel strongly they'll make the playoffs, and they'll represent. So they'll do a good job.
Well, we want to wish Spring Hill all the best. That was a great game the other night, and congratulations again on the victory. What did you like in the game? I mean, you're coming off a Pleasant Grove unfortunate loss, but you go out. You said they had a great practice that week. Yeah. So how do you do that? How do you come off of that? You got to go play Spring Hill, and mentally, physically, the whole thing. What did you like that you saw with the guys, this week that makes you feel good about the playoffs?
Yeah, well, when you get punched in the gut, you take that blow. There's a certain element of what are you going to do? Are you going to pick up and leave? Are you going to start blaming? Are you going to argue? Are you going to try and come up with excuses, those kind of things? Or are you just going to go back to work?
Yeah.
And Monday morning, that to me, that was going to be real important because we start very early. We're in the weight room and it's dark outside, and you just had a disappointing weekend, and they were here and they were ready to work. And we went out there on Monday morning and had a really good practice. We went out after school and had a really good practice, and that they carried that throughout the week.
Good.
There wasn't one day, there wasn't one practice where we said, we didn't get that done right. That the whole week, every time it was time to work, they did.
Well, I think a lot of that is attributed. I mean, you can attribute that to these boys and the leadership, but you can also attribute that, I think, to the culture.
I agree.
We have a culture here that's been going, 20 plus years that has just never waned, right?
Right.
Don't you think that's kind of what these guys just know, that the only play that matters and the only game that matters is the next
play. And you're right. They've grown up in that. They've seen the other guys who have done it and overcome and done well. Most of these guys were around last year. They were on last year's team and went through much adversity and hung in there and just kept going back to work, and then great things occurred. So,
well, and they all watched last year. PG came in here and hung 70 on us. And, I mean, they're a great team. They really are. They're a good football team. And it worked out pretty good for us. We regrouped. I know you made a lot of defensive changes after that game. That was kind of the game that was like, okay, we're going to start making some shifts. And then, we went on to win state.
Right.
So it's kind of the exact, we already talked about this. We keep beating it in the ground, but now they got to go battle it out with Carthage, and we'll get whoever, hopefully, if we're still in the playoffs.
We have a lot of work to do.
We have a lot of work to do, but assuming we make it
there you go.
to the round 4,
that'd be good.
Then we'll see one of those two teams again.
Right.
And I think by then, it may be a different outcome. So, again, I thought the guys looked really good.
They did.
I know you played a lot of players.
The
you
other
were getting
night,
a lot of play time.
Right.
Yeah.
And in fact, there were guys that started because it was senior night and we had an opportunity to get some guys in and get them, that.
And I appreciate that.
Well, it's important.
I think that's important.
It is. I mean, here they are sacrificing and being there all the time and so forth. And, that kind of thing is important to let them know we appreciate what you're doing.
That's right.
And so that's all part of it, getting guys in. I think we had 12 different guys touch the ball the other night. That's a morale boost, and you come back ready to practice just a little bit harder.
More. Yeah, that's
those
right.
kind of things. So all of that was good. That was positive. I liked, we're fixing to get into the highlights in just a second, but scoring on that first play. I like that mindset of let's all do our job, and you got a chance to score, man, and they did. Yeah. And so that, to me, that was a statement
set the
coming
momentum
out of the previous week. And so, we were able to obviously score a handful of times, and so that builds momentum, it builds confidence, it builds morale, all those things. So let's take a look.
Yeah, let's look at some film.
Okay.
So this first one, obviously, you just alluded to it, but this is a big run by, I think, 54 yards by Butler.
Trill Butler.
Turns on the Jets down the left side.
He does, So this first look at it as we run it, I'm just going to let you enjoy watching Trill and his speed, and then I'm going to get into some of the details of how all this takes place. Here's our fullback. This is, in this case, Braden Pate. Braden slips up, seals the linebacker, and then Trill gets the edge and goes all the way for the touchdown. So obviously, beautiful play. Love seeing Buckeyes make runs like that. Now watch some of the more details as we look at this. So on the outside out here, we've got there's Brendan Webb, and he's fixing to get the immediate box sealed that we've got to get to in order to get outside. Okay, so he gets his guy right there, and then watch Caden Tennyson out here on the edge. Now, Caden not only gets his guy, but he blocks his guy into the next guy, so he gets a 2-for-1 right here. And then watch on the backside, that's Felipe Rocha, the one closest to us, from the backside right tackle, sprinting his tail down the field, and then there's Jeremiah Noble. Now, it would be so easy for Jeremiah to be on the backside of the play and go, well, they're running all the way over there.
Yeah.
I'm not even in the play. But his guy is going to be the guy that's going to try and keep him from scoring at the 5.
Yeah.
Okay? So watch Jeremiah there at the top of the screen all the way. Look at the effort to catch him and get in the way to where Trill cut off of him and scores. It's the difference in getting tackled at the 5 and scoring.
And get the score.
That kind of stuff, what Brendan did, what Caden did, what Rocha did on the backside, coming downfield to find somebody, what Jeremiah did, those are championship plays.
Yeah.
And we see Trill, and it was a championship play on his part, and he ran the ball very well. But all those other things, that's what we want to make a big deal about.
Well, I always love that saying that you guys preach down here about your value to the team is
your distance
from the ball when the whistle
Right.
blows.
Yeah.
Your proximity to the ball.
That's right.
Were you hustling, swarming on defense, or were you
right.
going down to throw blocks?
That's right.
That's a good mentality.
Absolutely.
To have if you know you're going to be filmed.
Yeah, we're going to watch.
You're going to watch it. You're going to be like, and then I know y'all bring that up and show them. You're going to brag on Rocha.
Yes.
And that just makes everybody, every time the ball snapped, they're like, this is going to be on tape. I'm fixing to go.
I got to tell a funny story. So Coach Johnson was talking to a guy one time, and he said, did you get your backside cut off? And the guy goes, yeah. And he goes, now you know that eye in the sky doesn't lie. He's talking about the film.
Yeah.
And the kid looked up in the cloud. Anyway, he didn't know what the eye in the sky was.
He thought he was talking about the Lord watching him.
God was watching.
God was watching.
He knew.
Now, Brady McCown had a good night.
He did.
He had a really good night.
He had
Big
a great
yards.
night. He was 19 of 27 for 346 yards and 4 touchdowns.
That's a good quarterback rating.
That's a good night.
And this was a great pass here to Caden.
Yeah,
And
beautiful
nice
job.
score.
Caden does
textbook.
No doubt. Caden does a great job slipping by the safety. The safety gets caught looking inside because of the play action pass. So you've got the fake. Okay, so I've got drawn up here, it's a basic flood route where you're flooding an area with 3 players here. You got your fullback, your Z, and then your Y, or your X in this case. But, Caden's just wide open, and Brady did a great job
Tell you what,
dropping
when
it
you
on
have
him.
I've always believed when you have a wide open receiver.
Oh, sometimes it makes you a little nervous.
As a quarterback, it's harder to throw that pass because you're like,
miss.
I cannot miss this, right? If you're throwing into, coverage, that's one thing. He's got to go get it.
Sure.
And,
no, I'm with you.
It's hard when you're
Stay
throwing
fluid. Stay fluid. Well, you can see their safety is looking into the backfield, and with that fake, he got
took
caught.
a step.
He stepped forward. Caden goes right by him, and you can just see how open he is, and drops it on him. Big
was
play.
a great pass.
Yeah, so now you're up, you've got a couple of quick scores right there.
Now here's Jeremiah Noble, who I thought also had a pretty good game.
He really did.
And here he is on the defensive side of the ball.
Makes just like a picture-perfect tackle here. So watch him as he reads the play. Here comes the guy bouncing outside. I mean, that's the hit him
I know,
right in
Drive
the
him
chest,
back,
picks up the legs, drives him into the
You
ground.
get about one of those a season if you're lucky.
Yeah, that's the kind you want to put on your all-time highlight film right there. Show your kids.
Yeah, look at him, pick him up, just drove him in the ground.
That's what you need. John Facenda in the background talking, old NFL films guy.
Yeah, that's good.
No doubt.
He did. That was textbook.
Yes.
So Jet Bates, let's talk about him for a second. This one, he forces a fumble that Zaid picks up. Mm-hmm. But we're calling Jet Bates' name a lot lately.
Game in and game out.
You know what I'm saying? I mean, he's like his pursuit. Like twice when they rolled out, they only threw 3 passes. Twice he was all over the guy. I mean, he put the pressure on him. And the guy's a good tackler. I mean, he seems to be a heads-up football player.
He's a relentless player, but he's also a technician. He's one of those guys that when Coach Edwards is coaching him up, I mean, he does to a T what he is coached to do, and then plays so hard, and so he ends up in a good position most of the time.
Yeah.
So you're going to see it here. I've got him circled there. You'll watch him squeeze down. He gets his hand on the back and pops the ball out, and there's Zaid Taylor. I've got him circled now. And, of course, he's uncanny around the ball. He's just like a magnet. And he jumps on it, and we get they were driving here. They had a little drive going.
Yeah.
And that turnover was really big, and then we score a couple of plays later on this play right here, actually.
Yeah. Speaking of that, here's Brendan Webb, 83-yard TD.
83 yards. So, they're trying to play this outside backer somewhat in the box, number 9 right there. And so we had an RPO. He could hand the ball, or he could throw it out here to Brendan, and he throws it out here to Brendan. You get it to him in space, and they're in trouble. I'm going to come back and talk about Caden in just a second on the next look. But great job. He uses his speed, and terrific job with the stiff arm.
Oh, 2 of them.
Yeah, and stays in bounds. 83 yards, that's an explosive play. So let's go to the wide. Watch Caden here. Now, Caden, he's an incredible blocker out there because he's so strong. But watch him on his angle right here. This is what makes the play work. So on the snap, watch how he out-leverages the guy right there. And now he's got him. Once he gets his hands on him, it's done. But it's that initial arc that he did that got him leverage. And now once B got the ball, then it was over. So excellent job on their part. Great job by Brady getting the ball out there to him.
Yeah, and just looked great. It's good execution. But I was really impressed with the stiff arms.
Oh, no doubt.
He
not everybody can do that very well.
Well, and then Zaid did it aggressively a little bit later. And speaking of him, here's a 16-yard catch and run from Zaid, who I thought also had a great night.
He did at multiple positions.
He's a strong runner.
He is very.
He's
my brother. He was talking about him. He said he does that thing with his legs like Walter Payton used to do. He kind of does that little high step thing and kicks it in, and he's very compact. But man, is he shifty. So Zaid, 16-yard TD catch. We run a screen to him, let the D-line rush, flip it out to him, and then you get him in space, and he has great intuition on where to go. The lineman did a great job. I'll go here and show you how we get our blocks here. And again, it's just awesome job of guys who don't even have the ball that care enough to do their job when they know that they're only going to get brought up in a meeting. Nobody in the stand sees all this going on. It's hard for a parent to even know what they're doing there, but they're locked up. Here come the linemen. You've got Caden down here in the corner of the end zone wearing this guy out down by the G. You're 15 yards
all the way
away.
down all the way. Look at him.
Yeah,
he knocked him out of bounds.
Exactly.
Right down there. Yeah,
exactly. And then watch Cano, who comes flying out here, and he drives his guy out. So I'm sorry, here it is. It's on the wide.
Yeah, everybody doing their job.
Yep, you've got everybody locked up right there. And then here comes Lucas right out here, right here. Watch this. I got him circled there. There he goes. He drives him all the way to the sideline.
Both those guys got driven. We have that new replay, on the broadcast. So we try to point those kind of things out on the, on the replay. We're like, all right, who set that up, and that kind of thing. But nothing like this. Obviously, we can draw on it. I keep telling them, I want better tools. I want the John Madden,
Yes.
But nobody's listening to me, Coach. I don't know how. I can't get no respect.
I know.
Tavian Hector, I was so glad to see him back.
I know. It's good
First
to have
of all,
him.
he was injured for a while.
Yes.
And I made the comment on the broadcast, it'd be fun to watch those two in a split backfield, Tavian Hector and Zay Taylor. They're built alike. They kind of run a little bit alike. They're like fire plugs, electric, fast, spin, and
I know.
And so
They're
this was a tackle for loss here on defense.
Yeah, he really played well at outside backer. He reads the play and then beats the block
to
the leverage and goes down and gets the tackle. And he's a real fiery guy. He's fun to watch.
He's strong.
Yeah, he is. He's very strong. He's a really good power lifter in his weight class. So hopefully we'll get him going and keep him healthy and use his talents as well.
Now this next guy, we've talked about him before, Trace Haynes.
Yeah.
All right, this is Ashton Haynes' brother. And look at this guy.
Yeah.
He is
fast.
Man, this guy is aggressive. And also, a couple of games ago we made some comments about how he fought for the ball for the touchdown, a couple of games back.
Yeah.
I like watching that guy. I'd love to see us get the ball in his hands more often.
You bet. Well, you see Solomon's out here. One of their guys fell down I think he had a knee injury or something. That's what happened with their corner. But so Solomon ended up getting the guy that was out there, the safety. And then Trace, he just shows you he's very explosive, very fluid athlete, and looking for him to just continue to improve.
He's a junior, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so we got another year on him.
We do.
Yeah, he's a baller.
He's got a lot of upside.
Now, I thought this was Solomon Jackson's best game.
Oh, no doubt.
I mean, it's unfortunate we only have one highlight of him here. It's the right one to show.
Right. He had a 20-yard touchdown run earlier.
Yeah.
Yes. And then I put this one on.
And he did.
This one, he showed his speed and ability to weave in and out.
I mean, he really did.
He had a great game. So here he is, and he gets the ball in his hands. Great job getting the edge here by the blockers.
Cuts up, found the hole.
Yeah, he's rolling. There's Felipe again.
Turns on look at that stiff arm.
I know.
Look at that.
And then
Throws
just
stiff arm, and then he fights.
That's it. He gets
that is wanting to get 6 right there.
Now, just like the one with Trill, I want to show you some stuff. So take a look at the left tackle. It's Brian Andrews, and our fullback, I think, is it's either Grayson or Devin McDonald, one of the two. They get the edge. Then you've got a receiver down here blocking the corner. Then you got Felipe again coming from the backside, and then this time it's Taj Manson all the way on the backside who helps get him in the end zone. So watch that effort, Felipe. He's working, getting down there, and then here's Taj, and it's gonna be big here at the end. How he cuts that guy off right there, and then allows Solomon to get in. That kind of stuff that's so big,
especially when you're a tackle.
Oh, yeah.
When you're 6'4",
he's 290 pounds.
I know, and 290 pounds, and you're running down the field like that. That's effort right there.
That's just awesome. That kind of stuff.
And he got an award the other night, senior night, right?
Yes, the Brandon Burlesworth Award from the guy from Arkansas for his character and the way he works.
He comes from such a good family.
They are great people.
They are wonderful people. They really are.
He's had a great year.
Well, congratulations on the win.
Thank you.
This next week, go to Paris to play North Lamar.
Right.
That's the last district game.
Correct.
And then we're going to roll into the playoffs.
Correct.
Any idea who that first game will be?
The other night, Center and Athens played, and Athens beat Center. And so Athens is 2, Center is 3. We've got to see how things play out with Van and PG to firm up all the finishings. We would either play Center or Athens. It'll be one of those two. We got to wait till after Friday to know for sure.
Okay, well, that's great. Well, congratulations again. And last play of district next week. Make sure everybody that can make the trip to Paris, go support the Buckeyes. Otherwise, you can watch the broadcast. I'll unfortunately be out of town the next 2 weeks. It's going to kill me. I'm going to have to watch the Buckeyes on television. Unfortunately, I'll be out of the state. I know, and so, but the good news is we're going to have Ryan Pate in there, and he's way better anyway. He does a great job. And
former coach for us.
Oh, I know, and he knows all the stuff, and it's fun to listen to him, and he does a good job. His family is a little cruel, though, because they're wearing him out during the broadcast. They're all listening,
critiquing
all the cousins and stuff, and I mean, they're just texting him and wearing him out. So the guy can't hardly even, whatever he says, they're on him. It's pretty funny. That's so good. They have a great family too.
Yeah, they do.
Well, Coach, we're looking forward to ending district and getting into the playoffs, and I wish you all the best.
Thank you.
In that, I know the Buckeyes will be ready, and the fans are certainly ready. So playoffs are right around the corner, and hopefully we'll be able to take it all the way again. Well, if the cards fall right.
We're going to work our butt off.
I know you are. I know that. I can guarantee you they're going to work for it regardless. Cards will fall where they may, but we can rest assured you guys are going to be working hard. So appreciate you guys watching the Coaches Show today. Come out next week, support the Buckeyes, North Lamar. Thanks for watching.